8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news, edited by Danushka Madhawala and read by Indrani Senanayaka. The headlines. Landslide early warnings are issued for 9 districts including Colombo. Sri Lanka and Indonesia pledged stronger bilateral ties and economic cooperation at the 10th World Water Summit. The Prime Minister expresses his condolences on the sudden death of the Iranian President. Economic Transformation Bill and Public Financial Management Bill to Parliament next Wednesday. Senior advisor to the President, Sagala Ratnayaka, says that urgent measures needed to mitigate dengue risk amid upcoming rains. In foreign news, Iran has declared 5 days of public mourning after Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash. In sports news, Xander Schauffele wins first major at US PGA Championship. The National Disaster Management Center has warned about landslides, large rockfalls and tree falls in 9 districts due to the heavy rains and strong winds that have affected many parts of the island. Accordingly, the people in the districts of Badulla, Colombo, Gampaha, Kalutara, Galle, Kandy, Ratnapura, Kagala and Kurunegala have been warned that they should be more alert and should evacuate immediately if any danger signs are observed. Meanwhile, the Met Department has issued an advisory for heavy rain for the western, Sabaragawa and northwestern provinces and for the Galle, Matara, Kandy, Nuwara and Mannar districts. Very heavy showers of about 150 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and northwestern provinces, while heavy showers of about 100 millimeters are likely at some places in the Sabaragawa province and in the Galle, Matara, Kandy, Nuwara and Mannar districts. The general public, fishing and naval communities are kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damage caused by temporarily localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. In a significant bilateral meeting during the 10th World Water Summit, President Ranil Wickremesinghe and Indonesian President Joko Widodo reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening the long-standing relationship between their nations. The discussions, which covered a wide range of regional and international issues, underscored the importance of collaboration in addressing global challenges. President Wickremesinghe, in his opening remarks, highlighted the historical ties between Sri Lanka and Indonesia, dating back to the joint participation in the 1956 Bandung Conference. He expressed appreciation for President Widodo's leadership in regional, international and bilateral matters, noting the importance of such summits in fostering global cooperation. A major topic of discussion was the critical issue of water management. President Wickremesinghe emphasized the importance of the World Water Summit and expressed Sri Lanka's willingness to participate in the Global Blended Financial Alliance, an initiative aimed at addressing common financial challenges faced by countries in managing water resources. He commended Indonesia for establishing a secretariat for the alliance, recognizing its significance for Sri Lanka. President Widodo, in his remarks, focused on the economic cooperation between the two countries. He stressed the need to finalize the preferential trade agreement by the first quarter of 2025 to enhance economic ties. Additionally, he highlighted Indonesia's interest in entering the Sri Lankan vaccine market through Indonesian pharmaceutical companies and called for the lifting of import restrictions on Indonesian palm oil and related products. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena expresses his condolences on the sudden death of Iranian President. Issuing a condolence message, the Prime Minister said that he is deeply saddened to learn about the demise of His Excellency President Ibrahim Raisi and Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian in a tragic helicopter crash. The late President's services for the people of Iran, as well as to strengthen bilateral relations with Sri Lanka, are legendary. In fact, His Excellency Ibrahim Raisi's last foreign visit was to Sri Lanka to inaugurate the Iran-assisted Umaoya hydroelectricity cum irrigation project, which is immensely beneficial to the people of Sri Lanka. The Prime Minister in his message further said that during his visit he closely interacted with him and he was highly impressed by his sincere vision for the prosperity of Iran and its people. And on behalf of the government and the people of Sri Lanka, as well as on my personal behalf, he offers his sincere condolences to the government and people of Iran and to the bereaved families of the late President and the Foreign Minister. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, and we continue with local news. Acting Finance Minister Shehan Semasinghe announced plans to introduce two significant bills to Parliament on the 22nd of this month, aimed at bolstering the country's economy. These bills, the Economic Transformation Bill and the Public Financial Management Bill, are designed to enhance the management of public finances, thereby safeguarding against future economic downturns. Minister Semasinghe made this announcement during a press conference at the Presidential Media Centre today, themed Collective Path to a Stable Country. Senior Advisor to the President on National Security and Chief of Presidential Staff, Mr. Sagala Ratnayake, urged relevant officials to take immediate action to mitigate the risk of dengue in Colombo, particularly with the onset of the rainy season. He also advised the preparation of a special awareness program to educate school children and parents through the Ministry of Education during the Dengue Prevention Week, which will run from the 26th of this month to the 1st of June. Additionally, Mr. Ratnayake directed authorities to work on reducing the risk of dengue around public institutions, religious places and new construction sites. He emphasized the need for relevant departments to enforce regulations against those who do not comply with these preventive measures. Mr. Sagala Ratnayake issued these instructions during a progress review meeting on the current status of the dengue control program held today at the Presidential Secretariat. The meeting was chaired by State Minister for Defence Pramita Bandara Tennakoon, Senior Advisor to the President on National Security and Chief of Staff of the President Sagala Ratnayake, along with Chief of Defence Staff General Shavendra Silva, to review the implementation of the decisions taken in the previous meeting and assess their current progress. That ends the local segment of news.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
A mindfulness program organized by the Presidential Secretariat, the Prime Minister's Office and the Ministry of Education as part of the National Vesak Festival, Buddha Rashmi, took place this morning at Independence Square in Colombo. The event aimed to install mindfulness in the current generation. The program was held under the guidance of the Venerable Dr. Kirinde Assaji Thera, the Viharadhikari of the Gangaramaya Mahaviharaya, and directions of Secretary to the President, Mr. Saman Ekanayake. The program was attended by approximately 500 participants, including school children, university students and representatives from international schools and technical colleges in the Colombo district.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Watchlight, a special announcement has been issued for motorists travelling on the expressway due to the prevailing adverse weather conditions. Accordingly, the Road Development Authority requests motorists to maintain a maximum speed of 60 km per hour when using the expressway. Coming up, World News. First, the headlines. Iran has declared 5 days of public mourning after Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash. Taiwan's new president, William Lai, tells China, "Stop threatening us." Delhi sizzles as temperatures cross 45 degrees Celsius. Iran has declared 5 days of public mourning after Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash in northwest Iran alongside 7 others, including Tehran's foreign minister. The crash happened close to Iran's border with Azerbaijan, where Raisi had been meeting President Ilham Aliyev. Raisi's funeral will take place tomorrow, and for the next 7 days, cultural activities have been cancelled. Mohammad Mokbe has been appointed as acting president, and Bagheri Khani, who was deputy foreign minister, is now foreign minister. In the West, leaders from the EU, NATO and the International Atomic Energy Agency offered their condolences as Iran mourns its fallen leader. Iran-backed groups Hezbollah, Hamas and the Houthis, who are proscribed as terrorist organizations by many countries in the world, have also expressed their condolences to the people of Iran. The cause of the helicopter crash remains unclear, but Russia has offered its help with the investigation. Interim President Mokhber has already addressed a cabinet meeting in Tehran, but standard procedure dictates that new elections are expected to be held in the next 50 days. Raisi's death has stirred a range of reactions across the world, from protesters gathering outside the Iranian embassy in Berlin to flags flying at half-mast in Moscow, Beirut and elsewhere. Taiwan's newly inaugurated President, William Lai, has called on China to stop threatening the island and accept the existence of its democracy. He urged Beijing to replace confrontation with dialogue shortly after being sworn in today. He also said Taiwan would never back down in the face of intimidation from China, which has long claimed the island as its own. China responded by saying, "Taiwan independence is a dead end." Northern India, including capital Delhi, is reeling under fierce heatwave with temperatures soaring above 45 degrees Celsius over the weekend. On Sunday, Nafajgah district in Delhi recorded a temperature of 47.8 degrees Celsius, the highest in the country this season. The weather department has said the heat spell is likely to continue this week. The searing heat comes as India is holding its general election, the results of which will be declared on the 4th of June. A vehicle of the Jaipur Municipal Corporation Heritage is spraying water mist to provide relief from the scorching sun on a hot summer day in Jaipur, Rajasthan, India on May the 15th, 2024. Indian summers, which extend from March to September, are usually hot and humid. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Iran has declared 5 days of public mourning after Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash. Taiwan's new president, William Lai, tells China, "Stop threatening us." Delhi sizzles as temperatures cross 45 degrees Celsius. That ends this bulletin of world news.
Development news.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Plantation Industries has taken steps to spray pesticides in paddy cultivation in 15 districts using drone technology this Yalla season. Plans have been made to spray pesticides using drone technology for paddy cultivation in several districts in the Yalla cropping season. Chairman of the Agri-Sector Skills Council, Kavinda Disanayaka, said that the council has arranged to provide one drone each to the agrarian public services centres in each of these districts.
Moving on with sports news.
Xander Schauffele holds a nervy 6-foot birdie putt at the 18th to win the first major with a record score of a gripping final day at the US PGA Championship. The American held off the charging Bryson DeChambeau and Victor Hovland to triumph on 21 under at Valhalla, Kentucky, the lowest overall total in a major by one shot. Having led the tournament since equaling the best round at a major when he shot 62 in round 1, the 30-year-old Californian finished with a 6 under 65 to claim the Wanamaker Trophy by one shot. And that was sports news.
Go ekathiana youth kat life ke change kat niyamata setna aswagena dagpuina habe karana youth kat niyamata setna friendship ekamenna.
The all-new NSB Itru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
OpenAI says it will remove one of the voices used by the ChatGPT after it was likened to Hollywood's actress Scarlett Johansson. Users spotted the similarity in the chatbot's Sky voice option, which reads responses loud to users when OpenAI showcased features of its new model. The flirty conversational upgrade to its AI chatbot drew comparisons to the 2013 film Her, starring the actress. OpenAI said the voices available in ChatGPT's voice mode were carefully selected through an extensive process spanning 5 months, involving professional voice actors, talent agencies, casting directors, and industry advisors.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau Chairman Chalaka Gajabaho said that Sri Lanka is receiving positive volumes of recognition globally after the crisis has improved. He was speaking at the 11th edition of the Sancharaka Udava, which concluded on Sunday at the BMICH. He said that this is an amazing achievement and a huge turnaround in just 2 years. This positive vibe, along with all the projects that they are doing, will now help Sri Lanka in a great way to achieve their arrival target of 2.3 million plus tourists for 2023.
Weather report.
And finally, we take a look at the weather report. Due to the south-west monsoon conditions gradually establishing across the island, prevailing showery and windy conditions will continue further. Cloudy skies can be expected over most parts of the island. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central, northwestern, southern and northern provinces. Heavy showers of about 100 millimeters are likely at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces and in the Galle, Mathura, Kandy, Nuwara and Mannar districts. Several spells of showers will occur at the north-central province. To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. Landslide early warnings are issued for 9 districts, including Colombo. Sri Lanka and Indonesia pledge stronger bilateral ties and economic cooperation at the 10th World Water Summit. The Prime Minister expresses his condolences on the sudden death of Iranian President. Economic Transformation Bill and Public Financial Management Bill to Parliament next Wednesday. Senior advisor to the President Sagala Ratnayaka says that urgent measures needed to mitigate dengue risk amid upcoming rains. In foreign news, Iran has declared 5 days of public mourning after Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash. In sports news, Xander Schauffele wins first major at US PGA Championship. That ends tonight's news broadcast. The time reads 3 minutes past 9 o'clock. This is Radio Sri Lanka.